Hello. So today I wanted to show how we put together this octopus mug. So the tentacles there are forming a handle, and I wanted to show you how I kind of constructed it. So first I made the cup on the wheel, and then the next day I was able to trim it. So now it's at leather hard. So now I rolled out all my 8 tentacles, and I'm just kind of like deciding where I want to put them, how I want to attach them so they look the best. What I'm going to make it look like is that the little suction cups are holding onto the mug, and then I wanted the tentacles to form around as a handle, and then I'll have to place all the little suction cups on there one by one. So I also made a bowl. I'll be doing my next video on that one, and I made the tentacles a different way so I could see which way I liked to do better. And you can see the difference in how the tentacles look. And that what I'm planning to do is make the paint look like the octopus tentacles are starting to change colors to blend in with the cup. So we'll see if I can make that work as well. I'll make a video on that and post it here so you can see the finished product. So what you have to do when you're hand building something like this is you have to score each piece. Anywhere that it's touching the outside of the cup, you're going to have to score it and slip it, and then so that it will properly attach. It's kind of like gluing them together. The slip's like the glue. Slip is like a liquid clay. So what I do is decide where I want it and then score each side so that it will like properly attach, because you don't want it to crack during firing and come all apart. If you don't have a good bond there, once it dries, they're going to separate. So what you're doing essentially is making it one piece of clay. So each piece needs to be scored together and attached on, and then I'll go around the edges and like clean it up, make sure everything's bonded well, there's no sharp edges or anything, and it's all put together nicely. So now that it's on there, on each one I'm adding the little suction cups. So what I have to do is go through and score each of those little dots on there as well. So I'm cleaning all the edges. I've kind of formed my handle there with them intertwined. And I want to make sure the cup sits flat as well. Also, another problem that you can come across when you're working with sculpting clay like that is if it dries out, it'll crack. So you have to kind of keep it moist and put it on there when it's the right temperature. And then I went through all the small areas with a paintbrush to kind of smooth them out. So I used my little rib tool there to cut off any excess, bond the edges, and then when I went through all the like finish work, I used a paintbrush to get in there and make sure there was no cracks or anything like that. So just forming each one so it's going to look nice when it's done. And then all the little suction cups will be holding it. So anywhere that the tentacle comes up off of the cup is where I wanted to add all those little suction cups. So you can see I'm rolling little balls of clay so that I could score each one on. because those still need to be bonded as well. You can't just place them on there. If you were to just place them and not score them, then it might stick until it dries, or until maybe even until it goes in the kiln, and then they would just fall off because there's no bond there. So as you can see, making pieces like this takes a long time, but they really do come out nice. So it's worth it. So I've attached the little suckers on this side, and I'm going to slow it down so you can see them. So it's kind of a cool little look. Once the tentacle comes up off of the cup, then you can see all those little suction cups. Now I'm just adding them all around the mug. So here you could see I'm going through all the blemishes with that paintbrush. I want to make sure there's no sharp edges, nothing sticking up, and just clean it all out. Makes a nice smooth finish, and then you don't have any issues when you're going to glaze the piece as well. here's the final product, and I will make another video of painting it and the finished piece. So like and subscribe, and you can see the next video. Thank you. Bye.